Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we will be taking a look at the demo for the game Scoregasm. Scoregasm is a space-based shooter developed by RC Knight and published by Charlie's Games. Scoregasm is an incredible variety-rich shooter with a non-linear branching path-style galaxy to explore. It's pretty, accessible, fun, and really rather good. At least that is the self-given description. Let's take a look at the game ourselves and decide if it's really rather good. Alright, so you start off, the very first available level is going to be titled 1A. It even says right there, easy peasy, so they tell you from the get-go this very starting level isn't going to be anything that's very difficult. Now beginning, we'll take a look at some of the key features. They have 43 varied levels to find in the main game, so there's 43 various levels for you to play, and you can also have multiple routes to explore the galaxy essentially however you please. At least not exactly however you please, but there's a little bit of choice involved in it. Starting off, you're going to notice getting straight to firing, the default setting is to actually shoot automatically. I'm not doing anything other than moving my cursor around, that is it. You just have to move your cursor around and it's going to automatically fire. Now, I looked into the control settings and there is an option to make it so that you have to hold down left mouse button to fire, but by default it fires automatically. I thought that was kind of a pretty interesting choice. You start the game and your guy's just going nuts. You don't even have to hold the mouse button. I don't know, I mean obviously, okay, it's a little less tedious. I don't have to, hurt my pointer finger by holding it down consistently throughout the entire play, which you would be doing anyways, but I thought it was interesting that they decided to have that be the default option. So just moving around here, you've got your various targets. They are clearly indicated as to where they're coming, as you can quite clearly see giant red swirls. It's quite obvious as to where the next targets are going to be, so you know to prepare for their coming. Taking a look at the interface there, upper left-hand corner is going to be the score. There's a multiplier next to that. You can see the time 3 at the moment. And then right below that, there is your ship, your vehicle, whatever we want to call it, and the number of lives you have left. So you can see I've got 3 lives left. And then in the upper right-hand corner, you've got the combo that you're on. You're gonna notice a little countdown timer here, and what this appears to be to me, it happened in every level that I played. There'd be a countdown timer after a certain amount of time, and if you were still alive and I guess things were still going well, you go into this bonus round and basically stay alive as long as you can and do whatever you can there. You're also going to notice various buffs. I have picked out a few of them so far on this first level, and I'll be sure to point them out in the next upcoming levels. But look at that, bonus round is complete. We destroyed everything. I picked up that buff there, and then I just kind of spin around. Like, what else is there to do? Now, besides this basic attack that is automatically firing, and alright, here's the level selection. You can see you've got 2 choices here. I could go to hard or normal. I always picked hard. I always picked the hardest one that was available. I think there's one titled insane or crazy or something like that. We'll see that in the future levels. So you get to pick your level as you progress. You have some sort of choice in there, which I like that. I like that they let you choose the difficulty. I don't know why anyone would ever choose easy, especially at the early stage of this game. I mean, you saw that first level. That was ridiculously easy. Now I want to let you know that I've got very limited experience with this type of game. Just prior to doing, these, I don't want to call them reviews, but prior to looking at games as they're coming out and looking at demos, I never really played this type of game. I am getting more familiar with them, but what I mean to say is that based on my limited experience with this style of game, this seems relatively easy. Of course, you do want to keep in mind that this is the very early stage of a demo, so I guess you would expect it to be easy, but this seems almost easier than necessary. So far all you've seen is the basic auto attack. We also have an area of effect attack, and you're going to see that activated right there. And there are certain projectiles or targets that can only be affected by that area of effect attack. A normal attack, that normal straight missile attack that you're seeing consistently shooting, that will not actually do any damage to it. You can see those firing right there. I can only use that area of effect attack to actually take them out. But yeah, based on my limited experience with this style of game, space-based shooters, which are all about like combos and scoring points, this did seem relatively easy. However, with that said, as I progressed, it obviously got expectedly more difficult. So maybe if you were to play past the demo, things would get much, much harder. At least that's the hope, anyways. But it was just a little. Well, I guess my biggest complaint here was the fact that you weren't moving around a lot. Your literal vehicle, the thing that is doing all the firing and the damage, it stays relatively stationary. I don't know if that's just by, obviously it's by design, small levels. I mean, you can see how tight and cramped this area is. But I would almost prefer if projectiles were moving quicker and you had to move faster. It just seems very slow-paced, I suppose is the proper terminology for it. It seems very slow-paced. It seems like you could double the speed here and you might have a much more interesting experience. Alright, so that wave's complete, and I'm going to spin around like a crazy idiot for a little bit. Look at that, I got a perfect plus bonus score, whatever. And then you get to choose. There you go, insane is the hardest difficulty. So you have the choice of which one you want to go to. I pick insane, and we go right over there. So next level coming up here, you're going to see that score is persistent in the upper left-hand corner. That'll just keep racking up as you make your way through the level. In fact, I even picked up a bonus life there without dying yet. I now have ×4 lives, which is awesome. So I suppose this is the first level that there was even something relatively challenging in it. You're going to notice as we get midway through, there is going to be a spinner thing, I'll call it. There's a little bonus there. You're going to see chain shot. I'm sure you guys have seen it while I've been rambling so far. I just wanted to make note of it. So those little buffs, they look like little smiley faces that are green. I don't know how to describe them. They will randomly pop out when you kill certain opponents. And just make sure that you know what are buffs and what are enemies. You don't want to accidentally run into an enemy that, like the first time I saw those little green guys flying at me, their green faces, I thought those were buffs. I was like, ooh, let me get those. And I got destroyed. So you learn from your mistakes though. That's how you improve. All right, so you're gonna notice me using the area of effect much more frequently now again. And there's the spinner right in the middle there. And so he is just consistently moving around, and I just tried to make it as basic as possible. I just stuck in this one corner, fired in any direction that things were coming at me, and just took care of it with an AoE whenever it seemed necessary. Obviously, you want to get that done as much as possible, because the more you do it, the more points you get. So it's not like you just want to keep consistently let that stuff go through. In fact, I probably could have done this differently. I probably could have been hitting the other side as well. But anyway, so you're gonna see that timer go down again. There's some more buffs there in the center of the map. But look at that, that buff right there looks exactly like those green enemies, except it's smaller. I was freaking out the first time. I was like, ooh, those are huge buffs, and I get destroyed. All right, so here's the bonus round, racking up the points. But can you see what I'm referring to? Can you see how this seems slow-paced, and it seems like even if they doubled the speed, you'd be okay? It wouldn't be a problem, there'd be no issue. Maybe there's a setting to double the speed, I don't know, I didn't see anything. Could have just missed it though. But at least on this setting right here, it just seems a tad bit too easy. And now time to pick another one, Electro Tunnel, and this is titled Insane. And, you know, we're gonna come up and we're gonna watch this, and you're gonna be like, Force, why was this titled Insane? Because this looks super easy. This was probably the easiest level I played, aside from the first level. This very well was the easiest level I played. And it's, what is this, the 4th level in? Insane difficulty. Of the 3 choices that we had, what was it, normal, hard, and insane? This is insane difficulty, and this is just literally... Yep, that's about how exciting it is. That's how much I have to say about it. This is the entire level. I walk back and forth and I shoot missiles incoming from either side. And it gets ridiculously easy once I pick up those buffs as well. You pick up the weapon buffs, you pick up things like triple shot, you just laugh. And this is what I ended up doing. I just went, okay, I'll just go back and forth and nothing will hit me at any point. Double the speed and I'll be interested. I'm repeating myself, I know, but my gosh. And you know, it's entertaining, and keep in mind, of course, I'm playing a demo. This demo is available for you. That's what Demo Up's all about. I try to show you guys demos. You take a little sneak peek here, you don't even have to watch this whole video. Even if you see it, and right away you're like, oh, I'd like to try that. It looks like something I could pass some time with. Go download the demo. Link is always going to be available in the video description right below this video. So take a look at that. It'll direct you straight to Steam, at which point you can download this demo and waste some time. And again, just back and forth. We have these little barbell looking thingies, and again, I just laugh. I never even got to see if that lightning that spews out from them actually hurts you, because it never got close enough to damage me. And we're gonna go down into a bonus round again. Super Frenzy move. Roar. Nothing. It's still just as boring. I was super disappointed that this level was as easy as it was. The next level is going to be the final level that I had access to in the demo. and it became somewhat difficult. I don't know why this was leading up to it. Like this is the primer level into the into the most difficult level in the demo. This is the one that we're getting you ready for it, guys. With this super hard, we're testing your reflexes. No, this level was ridiculously easy. It shouldn't even be in the game. Crush-O-Matic, insane, hardest one. Let's hit it up. Last level available in the demo. Music's interesting here. All right, so you got a little spinny thing there. I guess that's supposed to be a grinder. That laser. Whenever you see a giant red laser, just don't walk towards it. That's all I have to say. Just a tip. In any video game. I doubt there's a video game out there that includes a giant red laser that is helpful to you. When it's, unless you're firing the giant red laser, but clearly that's not happening. All right, so mixing it up a little bit, different enemy type. I think these ones, what was it with those ones? No, it was these ones. These ones, unfortunately, had a little bit higher HP, and they were able to start sneaking by. It was quite unfortunate. I was trying to get all of them, but really wasn't happening. The other thing, too, in this particular level is that they mixed up the path of the various things. They kind of were ever-changing. So it made it that I have to stay on top of things a little bit more. Those guys right there, those giant ships shooting red lasers, yeah, they were a little harder too. You'll notice this red. Essentially, when you spam your AOE and it goes all the way down, you're going to a red mode. It's basically telling you, hey, you're running out of AOE. Be careful. All right, so those things that I mentioned before can't be shot. See, they can't be shot with regular fire. When I get an upgrade that shoots yellow lasers instead of purple ones, then I can actually damage them. Otherwise, it's only the AOE, like this, that can actually work through those. And let me try to see whenever I pick up one of those yellow fire upgrades, you'll notice the difference there as well. I wonder if this one's gonna be it. I wonder if I'm even gonna get that one. That's a green one. Looks like the green arrow. I don't even know what any of this stuff is. Looks like the green arrows though allow you to shoot it, but you can see those normal purple ones don't. Yes, I know. So descriptive. I probably played through the demo about 3 times, and I don't know. I think the demo lasted me about 12 minutes each playthrough. But once more, as a demo, it's whatever. Play it, have fun. You don't have any obligation other than the time it takes to download this game. It's not exactly a large game. It doesn't take you very long to download, so not much of a headache. This is where things get a little interesting. We got giant blue lines just flying everywhere, and then there's a huge red laser coming out of that very phallic-looking device. That giant laser shooter. I was really close there to getting slammed by those blue lines. I actually have no idea how I did not die this particular playthrough. And then that's it. And then that thing dies, and yes, it is really the end of the level. And subsequently, the end of the demo. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this episode of Demo Up. Here, we keep you up to date on demos and stuff. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Try to show you guys some demos. See if you like them. Again, this is the game Scoregasm, a space-based shooter. If you're interested in it, head on over to the link available below. That'll direct you to Steam, at which point you can download this demo and play it yourself. The full version of the game as of now, how much is it? I don't even know. $11.69 as of now. $11.69 USD here on Steam. So if you're interested, at least that's the current price. Could fluctuate. Things change, market influences and such. LOL. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.